This is Purandara Dasa Aradhana Mahotsavam being celebrated. And so I told them to sing a couple of kirtanas that Sri Purandara Dasa has composed, and I'm happy that they could sing at a short notice. Whenever I listen to these musical renderings, these compositions which were created by these great devotees of the Lord, in a moment of complete absorption with the divine, I am thrilled to hear it again and again from the next generation and the next generation. Bhagavan would say, Bharata means Bhagavantudulo ratinche vale Bharatiyulu. Those who believe in God, those who revel in God, those who enjoy devotion to God, they alone are Bharatiyas. Not by your birth certificate, Aadhaar card, election ID, passport, but by this very virtue that you believe in God and you are devoted to God and you enjoy that devotion. That idea is Bharatiya. So when we hear these great poets, great singers, great composers, great devotees sing this glory of God and devotion, it fills our hearts with joy because we are true Bharatiyas. And Purandara Dasa has special affiliation with Karnataka because in those days when it was not Karnataka per se, at least in today's times, it is Karnataka. He was born here and he was born in a very rich family, I was told. And he was called Navakoti Narayana, means at that point of time his net worth was 9 crores of rupees. So much so that he would lend money to the kings of those times. That rich he was, and he was extremely miserly. But then God has his own ways to transform people. It so happened that his wife, who was very devoted to God, most of the wives generally are devoted to God. If you see, even in Indian traditions, it's the mothers of the family which keep up the tradition of devotion and worship. So this lady, her name was Saraswati Bai, and she was very generous. So a poor man who had to perform the wedding of his daughter approached actually Purandara Dasa first, seeking some financial help. But this man, being an absolute miser, he refused and even abused him and sent him away. Heartbroken, he went around seeking help, and he landed at the doorsteps of his home where his wife was there. And when he sought help, the wife spontaneously removed her diamond nose stud and gave it to this poor man so that he could perform the wedding of his daughter. Purandara Dasa was a jeweler, in the sense he was trading in diamonds and gold and such precious gems. As the fate would have it, it was all the plan of Lord Narayana that this old man lands up in Purandara Dasa's shop to sell the nose stud. And Purandara Dasa, having known that this nose stud belongs to his wife, becomes extremely furious, knowing her generosity and giving away kind of nature. So Purandara Dasa immediately rushes to home with the nose stud, keeping the man waiting at his shop, just to check whether it is his wife's nose stud or not. When he comes home, his wife is not wearing the nose stud. So he gets extremely furious. He says that you have given away this nose stud, whose property do you think it is? And we starts scolding her. But in her tension, she simply blurts out a lie, saying that no, it is not my nose stud. My nose stud is there in the altar. He says, go get it and show me. And now she is at her wit's end because there is no nose stud at the altar. She simply lied to the husband to escape his wrath. And she goes and it seems prays to Lord Narayana there, that please save me, Narayana and Lakshmi, that please save me from this man's wrath, because he's not going to spare me once he finds out it's my nose stud which has been given away. And lo and behold, as she prays, a nose stud same as hers appears on the altar, it seems. And she takes that and shows to her husband. Now the husband are his wits end. He rushes back to the shop to check, and he matches and says the man is not there, the one who had come with the nose stud, but there are 2 nose studs now instead of 1. But that changes his life. He says this is not possible because this can't happen. And then she reveals that it's the truth that I gave away that nose stud, but now out of fear for your anger, I prayed to God, and this is how it has happened. So this miracle transforms Purandara Dasa. He gives up everything, and that is what they sang, Tamburi mitidava bhavavdi datidava. Now he says, I have taken to tamburi. Tamburi is that little one-stringed instrument, and now I play that, singing the glory of Narayana, and I have crossed the ocean of samsara. The one who was so miserly and so greedy turns into a great devotee. And it is said that he is the one who gave this Carnatic music pattern. He's known as the grandsire of Carnatic music. And I believe he's the one who first created that first raga that we all learn, Maya Malagola. And with that, the Carnatic music sang. That is the first basic scale that we all learn. But that is the gift of great Indian music tradition that has been given to us by our ancestors and forefathers. So today when they mentioned, I thought this also should be celebrated. While we celebrated Tyagaraja Narada Mahotsav just a few days back, his compositions are very simple, very direct, very devotion-filled compositions. And everybody should learn. I'm looking forward to the annual sports and cultural meet, which brings all our campuses together over here in the spirit of unity, fraternity, and devotion. I'm looking forward to all the sports events and activities and displays. That would be on the 9th. And on the 8th, there is this cricket match. And this is special this time because India and Sri Lanka are coming together as two teams, but in the same spirit of one world, one family. As you know, in Sri Lanka also we have a hospital. And as we have saved more than 2,000 lives in the last 1.5 years, that's also being celebrated. So a lot of cricketers, including Aravinda De Silva, Deshbandhu Aravinda De Silva, that is what he's called. He's a trustee. And now with India, Sunil Gavaskar ji, Vishwanath ji being here, and that side being Aravinda De Silva, Chavindavas and team who are now very associated with our mission. So bringing together. And I told that this is not just celebrating a game of cricket, but it is also celebrating our common history, our culture, our spirituality. We all know the entire Ramayana and how Lanka is an integral part of our culture and history. So we celebrate our commonality, our sameness, our unity through these events. So games is one way to unite the world. I'm sure you will enjoy to see some of those great legendary players who will come here. There have been those who have won World Cups for their countries, both in India and in Sri Lanka, and all are coming together only to promote this idea that we are a family, group, a family, a large joint family. All the kids play together, isn't it? That is the idea, that when we come together, we play a game only to spread this idea of unity. There's nobody winning or losing. It's just for the joy of sports. And the next day would be the sports and cultural meet. All the kids from all around the campuses, all of our campuses are coming. I told them, play with the spirit of sportsmanship. There is nothing called losing and winning. As I tell the Rama, Lakshmana, Bharat, Shatrughna story, that when Rama and Lakshmana are losing, Rama is losing on purpose just to make Bharata and Shatrughna happy. Lakshmana gets very wild. He says, Rama, why are you losing on purpose? We must win this game of throwing and catching the ball. Then Rama says to Lakshmana, see, if we win, only we two will be happy. If they win, all four of us can be happy. So that is the idea of sportsmanship. We should find happiness in others' happiness. And that is how the sports meet would be. Only final matches would be held here. And I will come for some of the matches. I'm looking forward to watching some of the matches in our stadium. So play well with the true spirit of sportsmanship. And there are cultural programs as well. Enjoy this time. This is a festival of our institutions. Also, this is the first time the girls' orchestra will be performing a concert. Yeah. I went to their campus to listen to what they're playing. They're all playing quite well. They have practiced marching as well as playing a concert. I'm looking forward to that evening. I believe it is 7th evening when the girls are going to perform. And on the 8th, boys are going to perform. And all this will be live broadcasted across the world, and all the devotees and everybody would watch you. I'm really looking forward to the first week of February, when so many amazing things are going to happen. So all the very best to everybody. Be reminded that what a glorious culture we have inherited, what a great country we are born in. Yanna Bharate, Tanna Bharata, said Bhagavan, that what is not there in India is not there anywhere in the world. I can say it with my authority of experience that India is the most beautiful, physically and geographically most diverse and beautiful, culturally, musically, historically, spiritually, most of all, is the most beautiful country, and we are all very blessed to be Bharatiyas and those who believe in Bharat. Though there are many people from other countries, but they are Bharatiyas in their spirit because they revel in devotion of God. We always be reminded and mindful of this opportunity that has come our way. And one way to promote and propagate this Bharatiya culture of devotion is through music, art, dance, and all the wonderful gifts that our ancestors have given us through Veda and Nada. May you all continue to be worthy heirs of this great parampara of our sages and saints. With these words of blessings, I conclude.